let me see. How about this?
That seems
So
to
far,
be
so good.
fine.
Okay. Cool. Good. Has everyone had a chance to run through the APG?
Look through the whole thing. I was looking a little bit, but
I didn't look all the way through. I basically don't have to wait on my spells to come back again, right?
Yes. That was what they changed in the final version of the class.
Awesome.
There's no massive overarching gameplay changes, right? Other than for certain classes, just like you don't have to wait on spells for all that jazz.
Most of the APG is options to increase or change your character, rather than changing what was already there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they made any changes to Barbarian. I think they added a new,
I think they had a new path.
yeah, new path or inspiration or whatever they're calling it. But I don't think there is any changes to my core class. I'm not sure about monks, if that's what you're asking, Philip.
Well,
Looks like monks, they just added new class feats.
Yeah, I wasn't specifically asking about monks necessarily. It was just mainly like nothing like striding is no two actions or I mean that would be dumb,
No.
but yeah.
I think Kios just had some bigger changes because his class was
Technically from this book.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, we had big changes, but I haven't reached those changes yet. I don't think.
I think one of the things that they changed is the focus stuff. Have you given it a look through the new witch class?
Like the hexes are now focus spells.
Yeah.
I think that's always been that way.
Okay.
I've always had
Okay.
beguile. I haven't been able to get any past that because I'm just level 3. But
Is there a mechanical difference between the terminology of focus and concentration?
When it comes to like spell points, effectively, then yes, focus points are kind of like they're like a limited innate, I guess.
Yeah, focus are like a pool ability that you can use.
Oh, but it's a witch thing then.
No, pretty much every spell class or spell casting class has a focus thing they can go into.
Okay.
They just give you access to different things.
Feels
Oh.
like they tried to build all the spellcasting classes to be. You have your core cantrips that just follow you throughout the whole adventure slash campaign, slash campaigns, I guess. And then you have your focuses, which are the brief, intense, like boss fight worthy stuffs that you can do. And then you have your diversity skill set of spells.
Yeah, and then the nice thing about focus spells as well is that you can restore focus points in a much shorter amount of time than you can spell slots. Because it's just 10 minutes to get back a point.
So it's like kind of like sorcery points, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of like mana essentially from like a World of Warcraft or anything.
Yeah.
So Kios, that was also finally put into the class and clarified.
I hate to break it to you, Fate, but the popping's happening again. Sorry, man.
Oh, no problem.
It is a little rough, if I'm honest.
Okay, hang on. Let me see what I can do here. Hang on.
Wait, is it? Oh, I had the tab muted for a second. I heard seagulls. I was just wondering where in the heck you were at.
Got him.
Yeah.
All right, hang on.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I've seen seagulls in Minnesota, so like.
I mean, I suppose just I haven't ever heard
Omnipresent,
any.
I guess.
I haven't ever heard any seagulls in the big, so I just wondered if he'd just take his laptop to the beach or something.
That's what the static is.
Yeah, that's right. The wind blowing over the mic.
Oh, yeah. It's like a up situation where he's got 1,000 seagulls pulling his house.
Yeah, there you go.
When Up meets Finding Nemo.
Yep.
I was about to say, we're not hearing you at all, Fate, if you can hear us.
Not even like floating his house, or just dragging it along, and just occasionally just has to throw a French fry out or something. Yep. Yeah.
He's just got a French fry on a real long stick, trying to hold it out past the seagulls.
Yep, they're all just clambering over the top of each other to get it.
That honestly would be a terrifying sight.
A
Yeah.
rolling mass of seagulls, yeah.
Yeah.
Would imagine so.
They're all just balled up because they're all attached to a string. They're all just like a big wad of seagulls. Yeah.
It's like the rats from that game Plague Tale Innocence, but just with
Yeah.
seagulls.
Bad
Yeah.
rats too.
I think Bad Rats 2 was actually a thing. Hold
It
Oh
does.
god.
on. Yes. Yeah, it's not called Bad Rats 2, but it's a thing.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Who would pay $2 for a Bad Rats game?
I know it's worth so much more.
I think the original one at some point, and this is like several layers of joke here, but just the fact that he made Bad Rats, the fact that it got downloaded by so many people, he put it
Oh,
on
we could hear
sale.
you there, Fate.
Yeah, he put it on sale for like 24 cents at some point, down from like 99 cents.
Got him.
Yeah. People just bought like 20 copies a piece of that game and just handed it out to everybody.
Yeah, I did that. I did a couple of those.
I think
Yeah,
that's how I ended up with Bad Rats.
yeah.
No idea what you guys are talking about. I've never done anything like that.
Bad Rats? You've never seen Bad Rats?
No, I've never
Oh.
done. Ever.
Hmm.
Some sarcasm we're hearing
Yeah,
here.
I was gonna say,
I legitimately have not.
you've
Ooh,
never seen that? Holy crap!
No.
Alright.
Well,
Batarang?
consider yourself lucky.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
novel.
in a way, yeah, you could say that.
All right,
That
guys.
never have been cursed with the.
Forbidden knowledge.
Yeah.
I believe I've gotten everything fixed. It's
Nice.
starting to become a thing where at the beginning of the session everything breaks until it gets fixed. It looks like we're going to have good weather today.
Thanks.
Here too, because my internet was dying rapidly yesterday. I was worried about that. Let's see. New features. I don't think that there's been any new or breaking features for you guys as characters or character sheets. It should be as normal right now, with the exception that now I can hide my cursor, so I can just pop it into existence and out, like that.
Can't cheese fights by following the cursor. Yeah.
I've gotten wise to you. Wise!
Right.
It'd be neat if that could work on line of sight.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, if you could only move your mouse so far away in combat or something if you had your token selected and you could peek around corners and stuff.
Oh, there is one change. Let me see if this thing works real quick. I don't really have it set up for today's game, but I did get it fixed. Let me pull up the compendium real quick. Grab a random piece of equipment. Sure. An acrobat staff. So, what I should be able to do now is... Yep. just like that. You should be able to click that, and it should just pop it into your character sheet.
Oh, I clicked it several times thinking it was something I needed to open. And, yeah, hold on.
I guess I need to give it. Let's see. It now contains a holy symbol of Kagosho.
Give holy symbol. Gib.
I
Need it.
Clicking it
don't,
should pop the thing open.
It doesn't
I'm
look-
still testing it, but
it doesn't appear to.
rats.
Bad riddance.
Man, let's see.
All right, let's transform you back. Hang on. No, don't create a compendium. That's not what I need right now.
You have to, every time you want to put a chest down, you have to make an entire compendium folder just to sort everything into.
True.
All right. Can you click on that, and will it add it to your inventory?
I can click on it, but it does nothing.
Yeah.
Sad. Okay, I might not have the module set up
You
correctly.
must be controlling only one token to pick up.
Okay.
Oh,
That's what pops up for me.
No,
so-
you gotta have your token selected, and then that doesn't pop up.
hold
Using
on.
the square selector, not the target one.
Yeah, yeah.
Who has clicked it?
I
I've tried
clicked it.
clicking it.
Okay.
Yeah, you must be controlling only one token.
Huh. That's interesting. Well, once I get that working, what'll happen is I can throw things down on the map. You guys can pick stuff up by just clicking on it, and it'll add it to your inventory if you're nearby it.
It doesn't say that if I have my. I think I had my token unselected whenever it said that. When I have it selected, the error doesn't pop up, but it still doesn't do anything. So I don't know if that helps, but
This. Okay, I might be dumb. Hang on. Does can you pick it up now?
it
Feels like
still,
it wanted to, but yeah, it didn't do anything.
It's supposed to
Maybe.
add it to your inventory?
Yeah. Oh,
Wait, something just happened. Yeah, okay, I drug it to my inventory and that worked. I think. I don't know if it's.
Yeah. You yoinked
Yep,
it. It's
it's in your
on
inventory.
Can I do that? I cannot drop it. I can only pick it up. It's a
Yeah.
cursed staff.
Sorry, it's pick up sticks. It's not drop sticks yet. I put in a request to the author to be like, hey, can we get that? But also, players can like drop stuff by dragging it out of their inventory. It's like, yeah, I'll work on that.
Right.
That's soon TM.
No, I don't. I was just aggressively clicking and dragging repeatedly, so I'm not sure whether it was the click or the drag that did it, but it's one of the two.
I think it was just because it wasn't right next to your character sheet. I think you have to be right next to it for it to let you grab
Yeah,
it.
you can't pick it up from across
Oh.
the room.
Well, you can. You just can't do it with Monk. I don't know any spells.
This is when you get those spells going that let you extend your telekinetic reach.
Just some cheesy stuff you could do in 3.5. You could just hold stuff a mile away with Mage Hand or something.
Mage hand a rope around it so you can pick it up even if the mage hand can't.
Okay, so any questions about any features? Did you guys decide to pick up any of them?
I haven't looked through it extensively enough. I mean, this isn't the only session we get a quote-unquote mulligan, right? We can look
No.
through this a little better. All right.
I'm okay for another session or two.
All right.
I consider picking up, like I said, either Viking or Mauler, but I didn't decide between the two, and I don't really get anything from any of those two yet anyway, so...
Yeah, just the dedication, I think. Well, I guess you get better. You get better at sailing lore and
That's true.
movement through water.
If I
with
were to
Viking
pick a
dedication.
Viking, I would get that.
Mhm.
Something to consider.
We're
but-
in a coastal city.
That's
That's
true.
right. Wizards Peak is a coastal city?
We
Question
could
mark?
abandon Tiagda and become pirates.
That's true. There is a pirate dedication.
Like good pirates,
It really
because
is.
Chaos can't steal anything.
Just suddenly everyone is pirates now.
No, I'll just be like the quartermaster or something. You guys will bring stolen stuff to me. I won't touch it, and then I'll just like help you guys manage.
You just handle the management.
I'll just be the manager.
It's
Look,
not technically thievery if you don't touch it.
Yeah.
I give you an item that I've stolen. You haven't stolen any items. I've stolen items.
I'm
You've
not
been
testing
given
that
an
shit.
item.
We should have
No,
tested
you
that
just
with the
need
coffee beans, but I'm not testing
You
that
just
shit.
need to get your familiar to move the items.
There you go.
But
You
I'm
can't
telling
control what your
I'm
familiar
directly
does.
telling my familiar to steal for
You
me.
can't control
Yeah,
what
but
your
you're not
familiar
stealing it.
does.
I
Neither
don't
can
want to
I.
lose a leg and literally
I'm sure
die.
you'll be
It's
fine.
60-10 or 10d6.
Break a leg.
Either way, the
leg.
max possible is over twice my max HP.
Look, what's the worst that could happen? You'll be fine.
Death.
I fucking die and become a wraith forever.
That's true. That's pretty bad.
Well, then
Yeah.
why don't you do that in a lead room?
But then it becomes a ghost pirate ship.
Ghost.
There we go.
We're doing it. We're doing it live.
We've just gotta convince him to steal something.
Yeah. Look, worst comes to worst, we're ghost pirates, and that's not so bad.
That's always in the options.
Yeah,
It's at
just,
least
you know,
option like D.
we'll
The
put a pin
logistics
in
of a
it.
pirate ship where the captain can't handle the loot, or he dies.
There we go. We'll put a pin in
You gotta
it. We'll
really,
come back
really
to that.
trust your second lieutenant there.
Like, if everything goes south, we abandon our lives. Ghost pirates.
No, I'll write that down. Ghost
All right,
pirates.
yeah, I'll make a backup note of that.
Here you go.
Speaking of notes, are we doing the card again here?
Of course.
Yes, that is a fair question. Do you guys want to? And if so, when do you want it revealed?
7:13.
7:13. Okay,
Alright.
I think that's when we've been doing it.
I thought we were doing it 7:30, but I like
7:13 sounds
7:13.
better.
That seems more arbitrary.
Yep.
What the heck is this gorilla stance?
Got 'em. Beat your chest and look real intimidating, and then go smack somebody across the room.
That was
that is literally what that is.
I thought I was kidding. That's why I just told you.
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Get bonus to climb, you slam your chest, and you beat people into submission. That's it.
Yeah. There you go. What did I tell you?
And I
Gorilla
will draw this
stance.
card at 7:30. Did you say?
7:13.
Yeah, I've got an alarm set on my phone, so it should be a loud beeping noise when we're supposed to do it.
Nice.
All right, cool. Give me 1 second to pull up the information on that one. Haven't yet completed pulling my compendium over from the Roll20 game just yet. I should have that done by next week. Because I don't want to hold up the game when we get there by me looking it up.
The suspense could kill us, though.
Come on, 3 of Cups.
Here we go.
Just randomly not a non-Arcana card. Well, shit.
What do we do with this?
Just and your fate card is 2 of Clubs.
Is your card the 2 of clubs?
Go fish.
But
You know.
the Uno reverse card.
Sounds like a good fate card to me.
That could be a really bad card to pull at some point.
All attacks just know you back onto the person that rolls it.
Yeah,
just
any-
don't attack
Under
right
the
now.
rest.
All
Right,
deception
it's very
checks, you
hard.
suddenly are factually believe that you are just a passer passing through, and you don't mean any harm.
Yeah.
Is that the droids you're looking for?
Fail or succeed on a thief check, you give them some of your items.
The entire it's just opposite day. The entire campaign is no opposite day.
Oh, I know what my problem is. I was looking in the previous campaign. I was like, where are my notes?
Gone too
We
many,
didn't have tarot back then.
too many dreams deep. Back up a couple.
Stop keeping all this in order, all right? All right, hang on. Copy all of this. Just give me all of it. Give it all to me. Create entry. Tarot. Doop. Save entry. All right, done. Now I have that forever. Go away, Roll20. No one cares about you. All right. So, where do you guys remember we left off?
We
We
were
were
tracking.
We're
right
just getting
outside
into the
Wizard's
city.
Peak.
Yeah, we saw the gate that did not have a wall.
Yep, that is correct. It's just hanging on um, to two big old chunks of tree, which have had their limbs cut off very shoddily. And those have just been plunked into the ground like a horrible 3-minute palisade, with some junk to either side of it, making about 3 feet of wall on either side of it.
There's one thing I can't stand. It's shoddy woodsmanship. Who's responsible for this?
Let's say, is the
Trying
door
to
open?
define
Because
it.
otherwise, I guess we can't go in.
Today's player location is scandalous.
There we go.
Boy.
So here is Wizard's Peak. It's changed a bit. There are no walls. And the coastline now comes out to about here. Where
Wait,
before
what do you?
it was like here.
What,
Oh, right.
When you?
Hang on. Sorry. So it comes out to like here, where before it kind of just came out to here.
Yeah,
So it
so,
has significantly invaded the city, the
so,
beach.
oh. So this isn't. So this isn't like a.
So this whole area is just water.
Oh, no, this is all sand. Well, okay, to correct myself, even though they're not noted on the map, most of this had buildings on it, but now they're just foundations.
Oh, fantastic.
What you? I assume you don't mean like cleanly cut are only the foundation and nothing else. I'm assuming you mean it's rubble and you can see the foundation.
There's not a whole lot of rubble. There's like a whole ton of like crap just up through the beach, which people are constantly picking through and pulling back into the markets and all that,
Well,
and sorting through to find stuff. But yeah, generally all of the buildings are just no longer existing.
so it's just a block of foundation.
Yep.
Hmm.
In some cases. In other cases, there's just a square that has nothing in it.
Interesting.
Because not everyone was rich enough, unfortunately, to have stone or lime foundations. Some people were misfortunate enough to just be working with wood.
And I see that we are up here. Is this the
Yeah.
gate without a wall?
That is the gate without a wall.
Oh,
This marks
the,
where the walls of the city used to be.
So,
s-
was there
so
a
the
fire here? What happened? Do we know?
It was floods
Floods. Okay.
and like a huge storm.
so the gate stood the flood, but the wall did not.
No.
Hurricane, whatever. What
No,
is
I
it
think
currently?
we
Irvine?
posted the gate.
Oh, okay.
It's just 3 trees sticking out of the ground.
Oh, it was Hurricane Isaias.
It's just a.
I say yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
the
it's just
guy
a,
that's been fucking everybody up right now. He came
It's a
through. He fucked up
metaphor
this
for a
area.
wall.
Yeah,
Respect
it's just a,
town's visible borders.
yeah, it's just a string with a like between two trees, just a please do not enter sign on one of them.
Yeah.
Which is pink. It's not the most well written sign. It's a piece of cloth, white cloth. It's been strung between the two tree trunks. That's had in black oil written onto it. It's got some rips and cuts on it already. And you can tell from the windings next to it and the several sets of nails that it is not the first one of these to be put up.
What's it say? Is it
Wizard's
literally? Okay, just wizard speak.
Okay.
Alright, I thought it was just a please do not
Are
enter.
there people posted at the gate, or is it?
That actually is what it.
Are there people
So-
posted at the gate, or
No.
no? Kind of figures. But
There's some people crowded around over here in kind of a big old campsite sort of thing. Big old bonfire and carriages and caravans are out here because this area at least has grass, so nobody's carriages are sinking into the soil. So they've made camp all the way up here. Winding down this road, following it, the road kind of just ends. This is like light amounts of rock trying desperately to be a road, but is being choked to death by the surrounding dirt and sand, which descends into this unfortunate ramshackle business.
I feel like that's an
Um,
appropriate. That's fairly appropriate for the naming right there. You know.
some changes have occurred, and the locals have decided to reinvent the names of parts of the city, seeing as there's no longer that part of the city. Um, all of this, pretty much all the way up to Old District, is just tents and flotsam rearranged into temporary sheltering, and the most jury-rigged of market stalls and warehouses.
Yikes.
Nothing has been properly put together. Um,
So at
there's
least,
definitely no unions involved in this business.
so how much of the city was destroyed? At least 50%.
Well, the city used to come out to this wall and then past it some. It would go around here, and then down here, and then stop around here.
Wait,
And
so
and
it actually hit north of the city, son. It
yeah,
destroyed stuff north, and then these houses over here were just the ones that were made out of stone or sturdy enough.
yes, some of these are
Shit.
still around. Yeah,
So it's just the core city that survived.
yep, the richest, most noble districts of it, of course. Although it's looking a little shoddy, and there's vines and such hanging down off of these buildings, and seaweed plastered against the plaster. So it's not exactly looking rich right now. Additionally, this was a city that held about 173,000 souls in it, and now it looks like it's maybe 20 to 30.
20 to 30,000 or 20 to 30?
20 to 30,000.
All right, that's a big difference there. All right.
Um, Something that catches your eye is this stuff down here. Um, it's a little hidden by all this, but thankfully you guys are kind of on a hill overlooking this place. Um, so past all of these ramshackle tents and these stone buildings, there's this clearing, and then all of this, where it's hard to tell what's going on there. It looks like 700,000 tribes just descended on this area. It's a riot of colors, poles rising into the sky, made of brass and steam. It looks incredibly out of place. So, welcome to Wizard's Peak, circa 1336.
Itch.
Somewhere in here, presumably, the prince lies.
Well,
Where do you guys want to begin?
I'll go up to the first
Good
person I
question.
see and ask where the sewers are.
No, I
Oh,
mean we just ask.
see?
We have what jealousy too. Was the note that was next to Tiagda's name or nickname? So we just ask the first three people we see about that.
Okay. So the first people that you would see would be down here with this caravan sort of encirclement. Do you guys want to head over to the caravan camp first then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. We'll ask
Seems
somebody
like
there
a
first.
ample source of people to ask things to.
It takes a few minutes to get over there. Oh, sorry. By the way, it is currently about 7:50 in the morning. You guys got up early this morning to get into town, so you're just starting to see some purples fade away to the blues of the day that is coming. A whole bunch of guards are out with torches, minding the encirclement, and they are all bearing the large carriage wheel symbol of the grand wheel. So these must be guards sent with this carriage from the grand wheel. They'll keep watch as you approach. Who is going to be asking them these questions, or you guys just all want to?
I guess I'll ask.
Okay. Um, how would you like to ask the question? Is this are you trying to gather information through society? Are you just going to try and get it out of them with a diplomacy and make them want to help you in case they don't know where it is?
Yeah, I'd probably just ask with a diplomacy.
Okay. Make an impression with a diplomacy.
I can't seem to open my character sheet. So give me a sec.
I-
I'll see if
I had
refreshing
that-
fixes that.
If you double click on your character token, it will open the sheet. Now, hitting C also opens the sheet, but I had that problem too. It seems like hitting C does not open your sheet until you open it at least one time.
Nope, I got it now. We're good.
Alright.
Diplomacy, you said?
Yes, sir. Not bad. These guys have had a long night. Their armor is a little disheveled, and their muscles are a little over-tensed. And they look like they're on their 4th round of coffee from the mugs sitting nearby them. The older one will stand as you approach. Oh there. What business have you with Wizard's Peak?
Howdy. We're here looking for something called the Jealous C2.
Sounds like the name of a ship.
That's what I was thinking too. Do you know anything about it, or just that it's probably a boat?
Well, he'll stop and look behind him for a second, checking to see if something's there, and then he'll turn back. If you're there to sign on to its crew, I'd advise against it.
Why would that be?
I've heard rumors that they're slavers, and that they're not uncommonly press-ganging people into service. The Grand Wheel's been alerted to their activities, but at the moment we don't really have much influence with the interim government, and so it's been difficult negotiating with them.
Thanks for the warning. Then we'll watch our backs.
He'll give you a stiff nod. Be careful out here. Is this your first time to Wizard Speak?
Yeah.
So Shula has no love for this place, so keep your eye on your feet in the sky.
Will do. Thanks.
He'll turn back to watching the road. For what it's worth, when he pointed out that it was a ship, he pointed over in this direction, down towards the beach. It sounds like he knows approximately where it is from their dealings.
Sounds good. I
Acquire
mean,
such approximate knowledge.
ships typically have their names painted on them, so I mean, once we get down to the docks, we can hopefully see it.
So to the docks.
Might as well, yeah.
Yeah, I say under current conditions of the city, I don't know if this would be the case, but I figure there's some kind of a register where they keep that kind of stuff.
There should be, yeah.
Maybe not if it's
even-
a slaver ship, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Even if the
that's true. Yeah,
Dockmaster survived, you would suspect that they would still be keeping their logs in someplace secure. Which means that they would probably be somewhere here in the old district.
So is it legal just frowned upon? Is that what's happening, or
It sounds like they know that there's a problem, but they're
Okay.
not able to convince the local government to do anything about it
okay,
because they
so
don't
it's,
have enough influence.
Yeah,
with it.
I think
it's
it's
legal then?
it's illegal. Just there isn't law so much to enforce that.
seems like it's
Okay.
illegal in the same sense that pirating Game Boy Advance games is illegal.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah.
those is morally right.
It's
Though.
Yeah,
it's legal but unenforced until you make a big stink of it,
Yeah.
and then it's enforced.
yeah.
It sounds like it might be getting to that point where they're making a big stink.
Yeah.
Do you want to head over to the old district and see if you can find the harbor master, or are you gonna just head down to the docks?
I think you just head down to the docks because I'd imagine if they find 4 idiots asking around about a specific ship, they're gonna start being wary.
Yeah, that's
Could be,
true.
Could be.
Whereas, like, this guy didn't seem to like him, so I doubt he'd tell him that 4 idiots were looking for him.
True.
Would hope
Find
not,
your,
anyway.
Your
So
logic
yeah, I
is
guess
infallible.
let's head towards the docks and go ship spotting.
Yeah.
Here we go. Now it should be a little bit easier to tell you where you are in the map. All right, so you guys will head down into Hydra's Wake. It's a little depressing in here. Despite the bright colors and people generally seeming to be in a somewhat good mood, fishmongers and the like being out here in the early of the day, selling their wares, and a bunch of people trying to get you guys to stop and check out their wares. You make your way diligently down to the docks. There aren't any ships in port right now, but you do see two of them. One over here out in the bay, and another one kind of here in a looks sort of like a dry dock almost. There's like a series of wood slats that are just above the water with wood beams running along it, and it's a ship of a very curious make. It looks like a cutter, except it's being overgrown with like metal vines almost.
Huh.
And it sits rocking silently in the water as the morning approaches.
Oh, does it look like it's in a state of disrepair? Or...
Give me. Does anyone have any ship-related knowledges?
No.
Not really.
Engineering-related knowledges.
Eh,
Scribing, but I don't think that'd
I
be
just have
engineering
forest,
I have-
so
I have +1 to crafting. I guess you could barely make a case for that, but not really.
Yeah, I would need a master in crafting.
Yeah.
Warfare.
You're not quite sure. Yeah. There are people on it and around it, and there are like tiny little tugger sort of ships near it, with rows that are currently stocked inside the rocking surfaces. They've lashed their ropes over the side, but you're not quite sure what they're doing down there. It's not moving. It doesn't seem like they have any intention of doing so. They don't have their sails furled or unfurled or anything like that.
Well, I guess unless the ship that's still out in the harbor is close enough to make any details out on, I guess we might as well go to the harbor master, look for one.
Yeah. I was gonna say no real way to tell without just, hey, me and my band of 3 other idiots are looking for a ship. You mind,
I think that's. I mean,
Well,
if
no,
it's
I
common
meant,
knowledge that it's a slaver ship, I think we can come up with. I mean, just be like, hey, we want to buy a slave that, or one of our friends is enslaved or something. You know, we
Yeah.
could come up with something
Yeah.
like that if they're like,
Well, I guess even one of our friends is enslaved wouldn't even be alive.
yeah, or just be like, hey, we're trying to buy back one of our friends from these known slavers. You guys know where the ship is? You know, just. I don't think that's suspicious. You know.
No.
Well,
Yep.
no, not necessarily. I was just, I don't know what they're doing in that ship, and it could be
Yeah.
suspicious that we're inquisitive of that, you know?
If we explain ourselves.
Well,
hey,
worst case, if the ship starts suspecting us, then they'll come and try and stop us, and then we found them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's as
very
easy
true.
as that. Part 2 of the master plan. Inquire about the bad guys. Bad guys come to stop you. Plan. Job done.
At that point, diplomacy has failed. You beat them into submission and get your information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diplomacy by fist.
That's
Yeah.
right. The best kind
Okay.
of diplomacy.
So I guess let's go look for the harbor master.
All right. You have suspicions that it would probably be in a well-kept building over here. So you get there, and I'm assuming you guys are just going to ask people on the street for any sort of directions they can give you towards the harbor master or anyone that's basically taking care of the docks.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, somebody give me a society.
think that was Kios that had the good society.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
me. Sorry. I forgot that I was the
Hermit.
one.
Hermit is the most sociable.
Mm. Well, so is society? I mean, mechanically, it's just a chick, but would that be like ability to converse with society, or is that just knowledge about society?
It's your general ability to navigate and take advantage of society. Um,
Okay.
Oh, so I'm not exactly social. I just have a good understanding of what
Yeah.
society is.
You know how like cities are typically laid out
Right.
kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
I just understand them as a concept, not really in practice. I don't actually know how to go up to
Yeah.
people and talk to them and be a part of society. I just know that society exists.
We
it's
live in one.
understanding people and systems that make civilization run, historical events that make societies what they are today, um, and how to use that knowledge to navigate more complex physical, societal, and economic workings of settlements. Um, if you're trained in it, then you can do things like decipher writing and create forgery, um, and that is what society does.
Okay.
Okay, so you come up to one of the to a somewhat well-dressed man in half plate and a long-nosed helmet, big scar down his cheek. He'll turn to you as you're asking around for anyone that knows or could direct you towards the harbor master, and he'll start walking over. Excuse me, sire. What did you say you were looking for?
Is this directed at me?
Some kind of harbor master or somebody who's in charge of knowing what ships have docked recently.
I see. For what purpose? Are you looking for a permit to fish the waters, or
No, we're trying to track down a specific ship.
passenger or cargo?
Not really sure. Rumors have seemed that it might be both.
Hmm. A meaningful expression flashes across his face as he considers something. All right. Well, if you want any information about ships that are to port but aren't currently docked,